Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Brandon Smith, and I am your new favorite realtor. And today I'll be going over how much does it really cost to buy a house and how much you should plan on saving. So, without further ado, okay, first things first, you're probably wondering, hey, how do I know how much house I can afford? And the answer to that is talk to a lender. So ultimately, you don't have to get pre approved to know how much house you can afford, but you're going to want to at least get pre qualified. This is similar to the pre approval, but it doesn't start your clock because pre approval letters typically last up to 90 days. Now, for pre qualification, you're going to need similar documents to that pre approval. You're going to need 2 years of W 2s, at least a month's worth of pay stubs. You're going to need, can't talk, going to need to submit bank statements that shows your debts, that shows your assets. You're going to want to be able to show what your DTI ratio is. That's debt to income ratio. Let's say you have $400 worth of debt a month compared to $1,000 worth of income in a month. Your DTI ratio would be 40%. Typically, if your DTI is under 43%, that's a good thing. You're also going to want to have a good idea of what your credit score is. Typically, you're going to want a credit score of 620 or higher. For some first-time home buyer programs, it could be a little bit lower, but shoot for the stars. You're going to want to have at least a 620, and you're also going to want to be able to verify your employment because they will want to call your employer and just make sure, hey, you actually work there and you're not just forging pay stubs from any old person. So those are the documents you're going to want to need or you're going to want to submit. And once you do, your lender should be able to give you a ballpark of how much house you can afford and how much they'll actually loan you out. Okay, now that we figured out how to figure out how much house you can afford, weird sentence, you're probably wondering, hey, how do I figure out how much I need to save in order to buy a home? And the answer to that is it varies. So typically, I like to tell people ballpark, I was about to say bar park, don't know what that is. Ballpark, save 6 to 8% of whatever sales price of the home you're looking at for your cash to close. 3% of that will be your closing costs. That's going to be your lender fees, your title fees, your prepaid costs. That's going to be like taxes, HOA dues, stuff like that. And then also anything miscellaneous that could be anywhere from a survey, termite inspection, things along those lines. And then the other 3 to 5% will be for a down payment. Now I know we've all heard the rumor, hey, it takes 20% down to buy a home, and that's not entirely false. If you want to avoid paying private mortgage insurance, you do have to put 20% down. However, there are plenty of programs out there that are between 3 to 5% down to pay for a home. Now, there are also programs that are no down payment or down payment assistance programs, but I like to tell people 3 to 5% because it's better to have more money left over than less. So 6 to 8% of whatever sales price you're looking at, and you should typically be in good shape when it comes to closing. Well, I hope that helped you guys or provided some insight for you to figure out how much house you can afford and also kind of ballparking how much you need to save in order to buy a house. Now, as always, if you know anybody looking to buy, sell, invest, or rent real estate in Virginia, look no further because I am your new favorite realtor. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Deuces!